begin with a pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, all. All had a chance to look over the bills. Any questions on the bills? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor to approve the bills of the evening?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Approval of the October 11th, 2023 meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept and approve the meeting minutes from October 11th.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. All right. Mayor's report. Just touch base on the grants that are out there. The park grant that was submitted. I did call the state to see when they would make a decision on if we were going to be awarded, and she informed me it would be probably the middle of December that we would hear. So we're hoping for good news there. The grant for the Empire State Development was submitted, and we're awaiting announcement on that. Hopefully that goes in our favor. That would be a huge grant for the electric upgrades. And finally, the Go Art Community Arts Grant. Courtney and I submitted a grant for concerts, hopefully to have concerts in Hickory Park next summer. So we're hoping to have 3 concerts there. So that was submitted, and we wait to see if that gets awarded to the village also. I think we know the 10 large caliper pear trees were planted in Hickory Park along the back trail. They're beautiful. The leaves have already changed on them, and they're really going to be beautiful in years to come. So glad the guys were able to get those in. We still don't have an interconnection agreement. I don't know if they forgot about us or what at National Grid, but I'm not really. It's up to them to come up with the language. They were supposed to send a representative out here to look over the site, and we never did hear back if they did that or not. So we're waiting on them. And I foresee down the road us having to put a new switch outside our existing station there anyways, and that would be a perfect spot for the interconnection agreement to take place. So, but if they come to us sooner, then we'll see about approving that. I know the board gave me approval to sign off on it if I felt it was, in the best interest of the village. So we'll take a look at that. Give credit to Courtney and Renee. They're once again overseeing the Christmas tree lighting. The ceremony is going to be held on December 4th. And hopefully the trustees can again give out the hot chocolate. Okay. The Hallows Eve Festival was very well attended. Thanks to the Bergen Civic Association, and for Courtney and Renee too for heading up the scavenger hunt in the park, which was a big success. I believe it was 140 children took part in that. So
Lots of fun.
That was an awesome event for the kids.
I liked your costume, Courtney.
Thank you.
Adava Kadabra.
Yeah.
All right, our brush and leaf pickup continues through November 20th. The catch basin was installed over on Hunter Street. That's in place. So she is having DECA paving come in now and pave that whole front approach area. They needed the catch basin in there so they could pitch the water to that basin. So we got the basin in, and I believe they're doing that this coming week. And that's on her. She's paying for that. It's in the right of way. So Zach Cooter, our DPW employee, has left our employment. He took a position in Churchville in their DPW. So Want to wish him the best there and thank him for his service to the village of Bergen. Thing on the sewer, the natural gas generator, it's in-house now, but we're still waiting for RG&E or one of their subcontractors to install the natural gas to hook it up. So that's kind of on them. And STC, the general contractor, is in charge of that, so hopefully they'll get that in very soon. We brought crews in from Holly, Akron, Cast Island, Silver Springs for tree trimming our overhead facilities for the electric. So mutual aid's a great thing. We help them, they help us. And they were able to do our village in the one day, so there's a couple little spots that Nick and Matt will touch up on, but the majority, the big majority of it's tree trimmed. So we're in good shape come the high winds. Linemen attended safety class on November 6th, and they're currently in Syracuse at a engineering workshop. And they were gone today, and they'll be gone tomorrow, so they'll be back Friday. I attended the MUA annual conference and NIPA semi-annual conference, which was held in Clay, New York, October 10th and 12th. And renewable power, such as solar and wind, were discussed in detail. And it's becoming evident that the state's goals are not realistic as far as meeting their goals for, say, 2030. And the cost of implementing now is phenomenal. The projected costs are so underestimated that money is a problem, and getting the contractors to even do the work is hard to do. So but they are definitely, this higher ups in the state are now starting to realize, maybe we can't get this done by then. So we'll wait and see, and I think they're saying natural gas isn't going to go by the wayside anytime real soon, because they need it for the generation. So reality is starting to set in. And finally, National Grid, we have a scheduled shutdown of our system on November 14th with a rain date of November 15th. Between the hours of 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. The reason for the shutdown, 2 poles need to be replaced in our back swamp area out of our backside of our substation. They're National Grid lines, or our transmission lines. Evidently, they must have been doing a pole line inspection and just found the problems, identified the problems, and now they have to take care of the problems before it becomes a serious problem down the road when high winds come up and say the poles were to break off and they started domino effect, start taking one pole and another pole. We realize the timing in the cold weather isn't ideal, but it has to be done. They've scheduled this at night. It should be the least impact to the community as a whole, because we have our factories that can continue working during the day. We have hundreds and hundreds of employees that count on their paychecks, and if such places in Norterra and Liberty Pumps were to close down for that day, it would have a real financial impact on the employees and their paychecks at the end of the week. And also, it's 10 o'clock at night, so we're hoping that the majority of our residents are going to bed at that time, and it will be the least impact. We are hoping that there was some, we call it fluff time, built into their time frame, and we're hoping that the power is on even sooner, and I would foresee that would happen. So,
How is the lack of the traffic light at 19 and 33 minute?
DOT has been notified. They have a generator they're going to be bringing out.
Okay.
The sheriff's office been notified.
Good.
I notified the cell tower. Crown Castle oversees our cell tower here with all the carriers on it. I contacted them to inform them. So We've tried to keep the public informed. We sent out a mass mailing to all our customers, informing them of the situation.
The railroad track is unaffected, their lights?
They have battery backup
Okay.
for the gates, so.
Takes about a week.
So, again, it's a National Grid problem that they have to fix. They're not our lines, they're not part of our system, they're National Grid transmission, and they have to do what they have to do for reliability also, so. With that, I'll turn it over to Courtney.
Great. Just a couple things. As you know, we lost Zach Cooter to Churchville, but we put the ad out there for appointment and went through. We had about 30 applicants. We narrowed down to 3 that we felt were the top 3. And they're all 3 were really, really good candidates. And we ended up settling on Peter Dupuy. Peter's a new resident of the village. So I'd like to welcome him to the staff, and it's great that we found somebody who lives right here in the village. Definitely a good thing. He has all the qualifications that we were hoping for, including the CDL, so he can start plowing right away. The Western Star, our plow truck, made the last payment. So good news there. That's $23,000 that will be off the books for the budget next year. We also paid off the digger derrick, or not the digger derrick, the bucket truck. We paid off the bucket truck, but when the digger derrick comes, that's going to go to digger derrick, so we'll be an advantage there. But it is good as one paid off, so we can start on the other one. Also, it's getting close to budget time. It's November, so usually we start in January, so it's only a couple months away. So I'll start putting stuff together and getting it to you guys. And also, there's an election in March, and the criteria for that start soon, so I'll have to put an ad in the paper this month. And then in January, there's other resolutions the board will have to pass. So all that'll be beginning for the March election.
I just want to add, the new employee we hired, he's very accustomed to village municipal work. He actually works in Scottsville now in the DPW. He's been there a couple of years, so he should be a great fit for here. You know, as Courtney said, he comes with a clean CDL license, and I think he's going to be a good fit here. So, and he lives right here in the village, so which is nice. He bought a home here, so good to have him on board. Okay, is that it, Courtney?
Yes.
Okay, Gary's got his ZEO report. Any questions on that?
No, sir.
Motion to accept the reports of the officers?
I'll make a motion to accept the reports.
Is there a second? Mike? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Trustee concerns, Paul?
No, it's true.
Nothing? Okay. Todd?
No concerns, Mayor.
I do have one thing that I just thought of, our radar signs that we were going to put on Buffalo Road did come in. I got paperwork from the DOT, and they're not allowing those type signs anymore. They can't be green or red with their new regulations. I can see about sending them back and see if I can get the ones they want,
What colors are acceptable?
like we have on
White,
white with the bullet, you know, white, you know.
can you change the bolts?
No, I asked Nick to check. You can't get rid of the red or the green parts of it.
Is it like LED where you can maybe change colors?
That's why I asked Nick, he says,
Yeah, it's fixed.
you can't get the, you can change some of it, but the color, the red and the green are still gonna be.
Could we swap?
I
These
can
need
call the
electricity,
company,
though, right?
I can call the company where we bought
No,
them.
no, no, our white ones that we do have, don't we have two that are white on 19?
Yeah, these are white,
But those need electricity, right?
yeah. I wanted to put them up on Buffalo Road.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but I don't know that we got two spots coming in where we got electricity on either side of the road either. Just switched them.
I'm thinking you can buy the solar ones with that color.
Okay.
If I can swap them out with the company that we bought them from. If not, then we can put them on another village, pointing into the village that's high traffic areas. I mean, Buffalo Street, they speed through here, they speed down Hunter Street, pretty bad. Munger's another one, I mean, if we want to use them there, we could. I'll see if they'll take them back. If they won't, then I don't want to pay a big restocking fee on them. We'll see what they say and make a decision. The worst scenario, we would put them on another one of our streets. It's heavily traveled with, and a lot of complaints about speeding.
Does the state require a permit for those?
Yes.
They do.
Yeah. That's when I called for the paperwork, and that's when they, okay, here's the new paperwork, and I said, oh, okay. Because I know going into church, well, they got the ones with the red and the green, you know.
No permit either, they just appeared.
They appeared? Okay. Well, I don't know.
It could be before the permit process was in place for that sort
Yeah.
of thing too, so.
Well, they're not too concerned, or they'd be saying, knocking on the door and saying, hey, you gotta change, those aren't legal, but you know how that goes. Okay. All right, well, I'll check into that though. Okay, new business, the Norterra lease. You all have a copy of it? You got it, should have been in your minutes that were sent to you on the phone. I wanted to run this by the board before we actually got the final okay with them. It's pretty much everything they asked for. They were asking for a little bit of compensation. That's where the work provided tenant section 15 came into play. So the lawyer put that in there with that amount. It's a pretty minimal amount, really. It's kind of in lieu of charging us a monthly lease payment. We try to be good neighbors with Norterra. They're good to us, and we try to be good to them. And this is a 50-year lease.
Looks acceptable.
It's pretty much the same lease that expired. With the addition of that work provided by the tenant clause in there. But should they approve all this, $500 a year is not very much labor.
$10 rent.
$10 rent, yeah, which, yeah.
Sounds good.
Any, I
Norterra with one R or two?
think it's one,
I got it wrong on
yeah, it's right here.
the, yeah, that's fine.
Any questions on the lease? Or do you want more time to look it over?
I think it's pretty straightforward.
Our village lawyer drew it up, actually, you know.
Joe, looks like we have a purchase option if that company is sold.
Yes.
So if they merged or changed hands again, could we, in that event, say, okay, we'd like to purchase the property? Let's just say Curtis Burns came back here for whatever reason. Is that, would that give us the option to go after that property? Looks like we have first right on it, according to this.
I don't think
I
so.
think it's only if they decide to sell that property,
Yeah.
whoever the company is who owns it at that time, or it gives the option to buy it if they want to sell it.
Yeah. That's how
If they ever.
I interpret it also.
If it goes out of business and the property goes up for sale, we get first shot at it.
Yeah, or they decide just, you
Or
know,
they
they don't
just
want it
sell,
anymore.
they want to sell the whole company.
Yeah.
We would have the first
Right.
option. Okay.
Joe, do you need a motion to accept or to sign the lease agreement? with Norterra?
Yes, I do.
I'll make a motion to sign the Norterra lease as written.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we'll bring this back to Norterra, and if they're okay with it, then I'll sign. If they make changes or want changes, I'll come back to the board before final signing off on this, okay? Okay, we have a new candidate for the fire department, Scott Newman. He's passed all the background checks. And Bergen Fire Department would like to put him on, so motion to accept Scott Newman, is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Old business, anything, Courtney, old business?
No business.
Joe, I did have one question on the grant for the electric. Did we wind up connecting the jobs creation or retention to that grant, or did we go the other route? There were two options that were presented.
It wasn't directly tied to the
And it wasn't, so there's no employment conditions set on that grant.
is that how you interpret that?
Right,
Courtney?
so when Eric was talking to them, and GCEDC was talking to Empire State Development, somehow they made an agreement where they could apply for 50% and not have to tie it to jobs.
Okay, very good. Thank
So,
you.
yeah, it's great news.
Yep,
Yeah.
thank you.
I think there's still an element to it, it has jobs, but it's not, contingent, like we thought it was gonna be.
Right. And I still think the more you hire on, the more it might be available.
Okay.
Privilege of the floor, anything here? With that, I'll ask for a motion that we go into executive session.
Emily might be here at 7-ish or after to want to,
Wait,
or just wait or just go on executive session with you, letting her in when she comes.
She can join when she comes, right?
Yeah.
Executive session, no problem with that. I'll make a motion to enter into executive session.
okay, it's for discuss union negotiations.
Yep.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Okay.